Welcome back to Rare Oakleys. We have an athlete exclusive pair of Pro Mframes, and these are really special, not only because they're athlete exclusive, but a really beautiful colorway, and they're paired with a very exclusive lens, black iridium polarized sweeps. We're gonna unofficially unbox these, but before we do, make sure you guys subscribe. You know the drill. Hit that like button, give us a thumbs up, and of course, do not forget to hit the bell icon so that you never miss a future episode of Rare Oakleys. Speaking of episodes, be sure to check out our other videos. Guys, we have a ton of exclusive and fantastic content. A lot of it is completely underrated. Some of these videos, actually, I'm surprised they're getting many more views, and they have kind of regular pairs of Oakleys. I don't want to say regular, but not nearly as impressive as the ones that are not getting as many views. So definitely check out our other videos. And for those of you who have not yet read the second best book on the planet, definitely check this out. This book is, yes, motivational, educational, inspirational, packed with tips and tricks on how to save money. And yes, it's a great and fun and entertaining read. This book will change your life. Links are going to be below in the description. Seriously, you guys will love this. Even if you don't like to read, you will love this book. Definitely check it out. One other quick announcement before we get started here. I want to tell you guys, if you are into crypto, you probably have not yet heard of TEXITcoin, but even if you're not into crypto, either way, you should definitely check out TEXITcoin. This is an up-and-coming cryptocurrency, relatively new, still, in my opinion, in its stages of infancy. Disclaimer, real quick disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not even giving financial advice, but I am saying you should definitely check this out. And the reason being, it's been out for just over a year at the time that this video is being shot. It's already grown exponentially, and there's a tremendous, and I mean tremendous, growth opportunity. Unlike any other cryptocurrency, this cryptocurrency has a real founder, it has a real family, and a real facility behind it, a mining facility. So I don't know of any other cryptocurrency that has that. You know exactly who it is, who's in charge of this, and actually, he holds two weekly meetings every Tuesday and Thursday, 6 p.m. Central Time, only mined here in the United States, in the great state of Texas, not mined overseas in communist China or some other country that you've never even heard of, but mined right here in the United States, exclusively in Texas. In fact, McKinney, just north of Dallas. So founder Bobby Gray, he will hold 2 weekly meetings, Zoom meetings, and yes, you can attend. I attended 2 of them, and guess what? He conducts live Q&A sessions. He answered multiple questions of mine live on the Zoom meeting. So this is real. I've already invested money. In fact, I put in $1,000. I was a little cautiously optimistic. They actually send out a cold storage coin. This is an example. Just like this, there's a unique QR code on the back, right? And actually, you can look at it because this one's empty. You can't steal anything from me with this. But the cool thing is, unlike cryptocurrencies or platforms that get hacked, Coinbase was hacked earlier this year in 2025. Guess what? You won't get hacked unless somebody scans your QR code. Again, you can scan this all day long. You're not getting anything from me because this is an example. But I got my real cold storage coin that they sent to me once I put money into it. It's on a 3x5 card. Nobody can hack into it. Nobody's going to guess your password. Nobody's going to put a virus on your computer and hack into your account. Nobody's going to steal your stuff. Unless they steal your coin, don't let them steal your coin and you'll be cool. But they'll send you a cold storage coin with your unique QR code that only you have access to, which is awesome. Guys, definitely check this out. I'm going to leave 2 links in the below in the description for TEXITcoin. One is going to be to the official TEXITcoin website. We'll almost certainly answer most of your questions. The second link is going to be my personal referral link. And yes, I would appreciate it if you did decide to put money into TEXITcoin, if you would use my personal referral link, because remember, I'm the guy that told you about it, and yeah, you're welcome. So definitely check this out. Huge opportunity for growth. But Pro Mframes, I really like Pro Mframes. Definitely not luxottica trash. These are old school. And yes, we got the original box here to my right. Actually, disclaimer on this too, this is not the original box, guys, right? Because this was never an official release. But had these been released to the general public and not just pro athletes, this is almost certainly the type of box that would have came in early 2000s. In fact, I believe the Pro Mframes made their debut in 1998, if I remember correctly, 98 or 99, just before the turn of the century. But you can see you got your classic box here, with the Pro Mframe silhouette there that fades into the distance. It's cut off. And those, of course, are the heater lenses. But again, this is not the original box because there was no original box. But let's take these out anyway. Let's unbox these. And I'm really excited because this is one of the most beautiful frames as far as the color I've ever seen. Come on in a little bit here. So let's check these out. And of course, they got the Pro Mframe micro bag, which is the extra large bag here for storage because, of course, these are hingeless, right? No hinges. Hang on, give me a second here. I'm going to put these back. Interesting fact, some of you are going to be aware, some of you will not be aware, but the Pro Mframes with the very sleek and aerodynamic and articulated frame made their debut, again, 1998, but before Gen 3 M-frames were released. So these were actually released, the Pro M-frames originally, before the standard M-frame, what they call the new M-frame, or Gen 3 M-frames. The Gen 2 M-frames were actually out when the Pro M-frames made their debut. So that's pretty interesting, but come on in. Look at this. You can already see, you got your cool micro bag here, of course, with the old school logo. And look at that. You can already see the beautiful purple hue. Can we get that? Yeah, let's zoom in on that. Well, violet. I'm sure this is violet, but look at that. Look at that frame. Wow. White icons, okay? And again, this frame, by the way, very special thanks. I don't know that he'll ever watch this video. I hope he does. But Archer OFX on O Review, this is many years ago that I acquired these. Probably about, give or take, about 15 years ago. Maybe even a little longer than 15 years. But I bought these from Archer on O Review, and he was selling off a large chunk of his collection to pursue other endeavors, namely, if I remember correctly, collecting paintings, artwork, which is really expensive, obviously. So he sold these to me, and I jumped at the chance. Didn't hesitate, didn't think twice, because at the time, this was the only violet Pro M-frame that I had ever seen. And by the way, these are not painted aftermarket, right, or third party. These are factory OEM, genuine Oakley. I've seen some really impressive paint jobs on frames, all kinds of Oakley frames. But here at Rare Oakleys, we keep everything OEM. So I prefer OEM. That's just my personal preference. These are OEM. But I didn't hesitate when he offered these up. And I got just the frames from him. And of course, I fitted these with, come on in, fitted these with black iridium polarized sweeps. Yes, they have the etching. And these lenses are even tough to find now. Tough to find these lenses. Look at that. You got your polarized etching. And yes, OEM lenses. Unfortunately, you guys might have noticed here, look, we got the ugly nose piece. Thanks, Oakley. And I don't know whose idea this was. See this outer plastic ridge here? Yeah, it's got this really goofy looking, just rounded outer plastic ridge on the nose piece. I don't know why Oakley did that. I'm guessing maybe to save money. But my question would be, how much money are you going to save on this ugly nose piece versus the traditional nose piece that, in my opinion, and I'm sure yours too, looks 100 times better? Did you save a penny on this? I'd rather pay an extra quarter and get the traditional nose piece. But you might ask, Nike, why don't you replace that? Well, because I have about 25 to 30 of these ugly nose pieces that need to be replaced, and then you're starting to get into the high dollar amounts. And of course, these probably aren't going to be worn anyway. Maybe someday I'll sell them when I'm 98 years old, who knows? Or I'll leave them to my wife because she's younger. I got a really good deal. Anyway, check these out. Awesome. You got your white icons. Unfortunately, the other thing is, you may have noticed this too, a little bit of fading on the paint here on the icon. A little unfortunate. Again, I did not hesitate at picking this up because at the time this was the only pair I had ever seen. And you may not be able to see this. It may not pick up on the camera here. I don't know if you can pick it up or not, but right along the brow, there's a few I'd call them micro abrasions, right? It's very small scratches, nothing huge or meaningful. In fact, you probably wouldn't notice them if you did see these in person or even on the video, unless I mentioned it. So these are some of my favorites. Oh, come on in real quick too. You got your M-frame, right, logo. Those of you who are familiar with the Pro M-frames, you can see right there. You got your M-frame logo. We're trying to get this in focus. Please bear with us. Got your M-frame logo there. Opposite side, of course, made in USA. You don't see that very often anymore on Oakleys, unfortunately. Thanks, Luxottica Trash. but made in USA. So these are the real deal, vintage, awesome. Man, check these out. You don't see these very often. I have seen probably, I'm going to estimate, about 4 or 5 other pairs of these since I picked these up about 15 years ago. So not a lot of them out there. How many did they produce? I don't know. I did hear that these were originally produced, again, pro athletes, but specifically for Karl Malone, the Utah Jazz, NBA, right? So I believe Karl Malone used to, while playing basketball, like during professional NBA games, he would wear clear M-frames. And I believe that, not this specific pair, but these violet Pro M-frames, at least some of them were produced for the Utah Jazz NBA team. So I don't know if that's true or not. Please drop a comment below and let us know if you have any additional information, because I'd love to know about that. But we'll give these a quick overview here, or a quick close-up, I should say, so you guys can really appreciate these. Very beautiful, especially with that really cool polarized lens. Ironically, I have not seen very many polarized sweep lenses since they discontinued these. I've only seen mostly the hybrid lens. If I have seen any black iridium polarized lenses, they're almost always the hybrid lenses. So let us know what you guys think in the comments below. But oh, wait a minute. You can see in the title, we got a bonus. We got a bonus. So remember, I've said I've only seen about 4 or 5 other pairs of these. Well, we got another one right here. Check this out, guys. What a bonus. So not 1, but 2 pairs. So here's the story on these. I'm going to say about 10 years, 8 to 10 years after picking up this pair from Archer on Overview, I saw these on eBay and my jaw dropped, because I said, I've only ever seen 1 other pair. And guess what? No faded icons, no abrasions to the frame, brand new, and of course no box, but brand new violet Pro M frames. And check this out. Again, perfect. Everything's perfect. These, you can tell, have never been worn. No tackiness on the ear socks, no abrasions on the frame, like I mentioned. Not the ugly nose piece, and they were already pre-fitted with the original hybrid lens, which most of you are going to know was a short print lens, a very special, very unique, very beautiful lens. So we've got an even better example, in my opinion. And I think, you know what, you guys, I think I paid like $1.25 for these too. And they were a buy it now on eBay. And obviously, no hesitation. Pick these up instantly. But again, OEM, and they have the same internal markings, the M frame on the inside left near the temple, the made in USA on the inside right. So yes, these are genuine. Everything is genuine. The lenses got the good nose piece, like I said. So 2 of them here, not 1, but 2. Let us know which pair you like the best. I'm still gonna go with even if the frames were the same, right? Even if the first frame was brand new, just like the second frame, I would still probably go with the hybrid lenses, just because they're a really short print lens. And I guess they're both really great. But anyway, let us know what you guys think in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing. Do not forget to hit that bell icon, and we will see you next time on Rare Oakleys.